Welcome back. We're here at Mascoma Savings Bank in New London, and joining me now is Susan Nye. She is local author, chef, and food blogger. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. You're a woman of many talents, and they all surround food.
You're going to make me blush.
Talk a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm a corporate dropout who 12 years ago decided that I'd had enough and came home to New Hampshire and decided to start writing, and ended up writing about food and cooking and then writing about other things, and here I am today.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
okay, so you do other writing. You had brought some of the magazines. You're a freelance writer for multiple magazines that we would recognize.
For a number. I think the one that people in this area are going to be most familiar with is Image Magazine. So I have a story coming out right about now in their magazine about the Shaker Village up in Enfield. I do food writing for them. I do food writing for other city regional magazines, so all in northern New England.
Terrific, and you're a chef yourself.
And I'm a self-trained chef myself. So, but I have had people say to me, you know, what's your favorite restaurant? And then they back off and say, how could you go to a restaurant? You're so much better cook than anybody we know. Or so.
Wow.
I blush as I say.
So people like to come to your house. Everyone's favorite restaurant is your house.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's super. Well, good. Well, and I was doing some research before this interview, and I went onto your blog.
Yes.
And I was blown away at the amount of recipes that are on there. That's my new favorite place to go for recipes.
Well, yeah, I think the one thing, it's funny, I teach a writers group, a writer's circle, and it's funny, every once in a while they sort of run out of ideas and they're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to write about? So to sort of make them more humble, I will turn to them and say, do you know how long I've been doing this blog? And they're like, no, how long? It's like 8 years. Wow. So in fact, it's almost 9. And it just, you know, it becomes this machine that you that you turn out all these recipes. So it really is amazing when you stop and you say, oh, how many recipes do I have on the blog? It's like, oh, 600 or 500, and you're, oh my gosh.
It's 9 years of work. That's terrific. Well, today you were going to share some spring recipes with us, because we're trying to inch all that fresh produce into the marketplace, and what can we do with it in our kitchens? I
think the trouble with spring cooking in northern New England is there is no such thing as spring.
This is true.
If we look out the window, today it's snowing, tomorrow it will be raining. You know, you just don't know.
Right.
And so with that, what I assume that what I like to do is just push the envelope.
Okay.
And say, all right, what do I want to do that will be spring-like? Because I'm not going to get fresh local produce for another couple of months. But what I then do is, all right, you buy asparagus that came from California and cook that. And the other thing that because that's my favorite spring vegetable.
Yes, I think a lot of us like that.
Grill it, roast it, steam it, whatever you want to do, it's all good. The other thing that I really like to do when we go from stew pot to spring cooking, you still don't necessarily want to be outside grilling in the rain.
True.
But you can still cook things in the oven, but then you finish them differently.
Oh, interesting.
So people will see on my blog this week a recipe for baked cod, and I call it baked Moroccan cod. And it's finished with a salsa of fresh herbs and garlic and shallot and olive oil and lemon. So here you have this baked fish, a baked dish, which is very wintry when you think about it. I mean, it's not chowder, but it's still a baked dish. But then you finish it with this bright sort of explosion of herbs and lemon.
I love
which is really, I think it's really nice. So
gets us through the transition period.
To me, it's a transition, and you sort of defy the fact that there is no spring, and you just start to cook things that are maybe a little bit lighter or brighter.
Right.
And so lemon is like my favorite spring ingredient. So, you know, if I need a dessert, of course, I brought you some whoopie pies, and chocolate is always in demand. But if I want to do something special in the spring, I'll do something with lemon.
Yes.
So I'll do like a lemon mousse or a lemon tart or lemon cupcakes with all sorts of, you know, fruit to decorate them with, but just to keep things sort of cheery.
Light, and bright colors.
Yeah,
yes.
And there's that sort of zippy spring taste. Whereas in the winter, you know, you're having an apple pie or a pumpkin pie or bread pudding or something which feels heavy. So I like to have something which is just sort of a brighter taste in the springtime.
And light.
Yeah, yeah. To sort of, as I say, defy the fact that it's snowing outside or raining outside or there are black flies outside or mud in the driveway, you know.
Right, all the things that come with spring. Well, that's great. Well, we've got your website up on the up on the screen. As I said, it's my new best place to go for recipes.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. And here you are, right in our midst, right in New London.
My pleasure.
So thanks very much, and thanks for sharing some ideas with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.